where stories ignite. Every spark and ember glows with tales tonight. We'll read, you'll choose, endless quest, fireside tales, and me. Every path we take leads to worlds we've yet to see. Heroes rise and fall in lands both near and far. Mysteries unravel under moon and star. Twists and turns behind each door. Every page holds something more. Come closer now, the fire's warm. Adventures calling evermore. We'll read, you'll choose, endless quest, fireside tales, and me. Every path we take leads to worlds we've yet to see. So stoke the flames and turn the page. Our endless tale has just begun. Stoke the flames and turn the page. Our endless tale has just begun.
Greetings. From the Hilt cautions that this program may contain mature content including strong language, sexual innuendos,
What the hell is this? Sam don't like it. Yeah. No. Seriously? Oh, I don't think so. You may proceed.
Greetings, I am Logan, the G.I. Joe Gamer, and tonight we're going to be doing some reading, some Endless Quest book. Let me fix the music here in the background. I don't want it to be too loud so you can't hear me, but get some appropriate music on in the background. Got me something to drink. For those of you who are new here, I will give everybody a shout out here in just a minute, and we'll say hello, because we're looking at tonight Alexia Lapointe. Hello, Alexia. She shared some links, some very cute kitties. Check her out. We've got cool gamer in the house. Hey, cool gamer, welcome. We got my lady Tiger in the house. Gotta grab that tiger by the tail as often as I can. Hello, Julia Dumar, welcome. And I'll explain here what we do in just a moment on Endless Quest Fireside Tales. But we gotta say hello to Jess. Hi, Jess. It's so good to see you, Jess Laws. Changing your name a little bit, but that's all good. It's good to see you. I will say hello and much hop there, Jess. It's always good to have you on board. Hope you have fun tonight. We're going to be reading. Getting my drink situation taken care of, so my voice is good because I like to do voices. What we do is we read a book that is called Endless Quest. Sometimes we do other books like Pick a Path to Adventure. I read. The chat decides when we get to a question of which way we go in the book. And we have fun just like that. Very interactive, very fun. So we have a poll. And the poll is deciding and determining what we read next time. And we do this once a month. And tonight we are looking at next month to read possible Revolt of the Dwarves, which is this one right here. Revolt of the Dwarves, and I have a really good cover. It's good to see you, Jess. You have to talk to you don't have, you can talk as much as you want, Alexia. This is a safe place here. What? Tiger just asked me a question off panel. Hard. Yes. I'm sorry. She was asking me something completely non-related and distracted me from the topic at hand. Anyway, completely important. Anyway, there's Revolt of the Dwarves. That's your first choice for next time. This is a D&D adventure. I'm not real familiar with it, and we may have actually read this one before, but that's okay. We can read them again. This is Hero of Washington Square, a top secret adventure, which is awesome because tonight we're reading a top secret adventure too. That was chosen last time. Here is my choice, King's Quest, that I've had on every poll, but no one's voted for it yet. Well, we've had votes for it, but it hasn't won a poll yet. This is an awesome adventure that has an entire party. It's pretty cool. And, well, let me get this off to here so I can show you. I do have Hero of Washington Square, and I do have King's Quest to read. And then we have one more on the poll, and that is Lair of the Lich. So there it is, Lair of the Lich. But tonight, we are reading Robbers and Robots. This here is my bookmark mulligan for my mulligan page, so we can go back if something happens and we do not fare well in the adventure. So we're just going to have fun and have a little bit of music in the background while we read and just have a good time. So that's Fireside, Endless Quest Fireside Tales. Hope you guys have a good time tonight. I know I'm going to have fun. Just so you know, for those of you who are regulars, tomorrow night on Fridays from the Hill, we do have a major channel announcement. So just check that out, and I will say that again at the end of the show. All right, so Robbers and Robots. Shall we dive in? Or we want to wait a bit for maybe some others to get here? You know what? We're going to start reading, and they can join in when they get here. All right, because normally we have quite a few others that like to join us for this. Oh my goodness, Purr. My buddy Purr, who donated this bookmark, he likes to post a lot of memes on our Discord, and he donated this as part of a big set of G.I. Joe stuff. Very awesome. Check out those videos on our channel. The G.I. Joe Kickstarter for love of comics. So anyway, tonight, Robbers and Robots. Let's dive in. Let me see here. Where is the actual starting? Oh, it's got this little map here. Morton's Electronics Plant. Check that out. I don't know what that is there for, but we may find out as we get going. A little map. I don't remember ever seeing a map in any of these. That's cool. All right, sorry. Again, being distracted. I am easily distracted. I apologize. Especially this week. I've had my head full of nonsense this week. And other things that are important too. There we go. We get the cover by Larry Elmore himself, one of the greatest D&D artists ever, and a great artist in whatever he did. And the interior art's by Vernon Posey. And the story is written by Mike Carr. So I think this was one of the first few that was not written by Rose Estes. Let me see here. Yeah, she even wrote Hero of Washington Square, and I'm pretty sure she wrote the first 6. So this might very well be the first one she did write. I'll have to check that. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Oh man, her is just dive bombing our Discord right now with me. I actually hope he joins us tonight. You know what? Tiger's right. I'm going to tell him to join us. Maybe he will. Maybe he will. So I'm going to send him a message. I'm telling him live right now. Reading an Endless Quest. An Endless Quest book. If you'd like to join us. Burr's a great guy, so that would be cool if he jumped in. He's smart and we have some good choices. Hello, Kenneth Bird. Kenneth Bird in the house. How you doing, buddy? I was just about to start, so you are just in time. I'm Captain Distracted tonight, but it's been a week. It's been a week for sure. So everybody saying hi. All right. So robbers and robots tonight, Kenneth. You, yes, you are about to set off on an adventure in which you will meet many dangers and face many decisions. Your choices will determine how the story turns out, so be careful. You must choose wisely. Now, I'm doing that because in the book, they've actually got these all caps, the you and the yours. So I'm sorry, I'm just accentuating. Do not read this book from beginning to end. Instead, as you are faced with a decision, follow the instructions and keep turning to the pages where your choices lead you until you come to an end. At any point, your choice could bring success or disaster. You can read Robbers and Robots many times with many different results. So if you make an unwise choice, go back to the beginning and start again. Good luck on your adventure. But we just go back to the last choice, so we don't have to start at the beginning. For saying real life has got him bogged down, so he won't be joining us. So he appreciated the invite. In this story, you are Terry Morton, a young person with avid interest in electronics. At the moment, completely unaware of the dangers you are about to face. I like how they named this individual Terry. This could be a guy or a girl. We'll see if they say. Let's see. Your dog Rusty, and your friend Dennis Frost are enjoying a Saturday morning walk on the way to your uncle's robot factory as the story begins. There's robot factory here already. Our dog Rusty, yes. Your very own robot, Dennis exclaimed. I still find that hard to believe. Your golden retriever, Rusty, cocks his head. The golden retriever Rusty cocks his head to the side and looks at you as if he too finds it hard to believe. Well, it's not mine really, but I did help build it, with lots of help, of course. I think it's neat that your Uncle Sidney runs a robot company. You're pretty lucky, you know. My uncle owns a laundromat. There's a trace of envy in Dennis's voice. He kicks the stone off the sidewalk and watches it until it stops rolling. I think I'd rather have an uncle that owns a laundromat, to be honest. But I'm older and more practical. I get why a kid would want a robot. Morton Electronics isn't just a robot company, you explain. It makes lots of electronic things. I've really learned a lot by spending the summer here with my uncle. He let me see all the work they do. And then Bob Gladding, the research manager, offered to show me how to build a robot. He was making one called Gert, so I built one just like it and called mine Bert. Wait till you see them. I'm glad they finished so I can show you how they work. Dennis shakes his head in wonder. I don't know how you do it, Terry. To me, electronics is a mystery, but you're really good at it. It's just a knack I have, I guess. I've always been interested in electronics, and I read lots of books about it, too. Don't you ever get tired of it? I mean, doesn't taking apart telephones and stuff get boring after a while? Obvious Dennis does not share your fascination on the subject. Lay on top of the dryers and go for a ride. Well, thanks for that, Tiger. All right. No, not at all, you reply. Everything is a little bit different inside, and you never know what you're going to find until you open it up. You remember that video game I fixed for you last week? It was like solving a puzzle. Well, you acted pretty puzzled when I beat you at it after you fixed it. You knew Dennis wouldn't be able to resist reminding you of that. He may not know much about electronics, but he sure is a wizard at electronic games. You are thinking about this as you wait for the traffic to clear before crossing the busy street you've come to. Rusty waits patiently at the curb for the right moment and crosses with you, his coat glistening like gold in the morning sun. Hello, Superior Cyber Godzilla. Hey, Zilla, what's up? It's good to see you. hello in the chat. We are just starting Robbers and Robots, buddy. A top secret adventure. This is interesting. We haven't done one that's not D&D yet, so it should be fun. Oh, we did Gamma World, but that's very D&D like. So let's see how this works. Let's see. Can your uncle's robots really zap somebody? Dennis asked. They sure can, you explained. Pretty good too. But security robots are still experimental. They will move around a building following a chemical track on the floor, or they can be maneuvered by remote control with a hand controller like this one. You fish in your pants pocket and pull out what looks like a tiny pocket calculator. Dennis examines it with interest. It's so small. What are all these buttons for? Taking the controller back from Dennis, you point out different buttons as you explain. This one turns the robot on or off by remote. By remote control. These buttons make it move or turn in different directions. This little screen shows where and how far away someone, maybe a burglar, is when the robot sensors detect his body heat. And these other buttons make the robot do other things, like flashing a bright light, sounding an alarm, or using its arms to grab something. Now let's keep in mind that this was written in the 80s, so it's not going to have up-to-date tech. So this already sounds pretty high-tech to me. Let's see. What about the zapper? It's called a taser device. Taser face! Oh, sorry. It's called a taser device. It shoots out a little dart with a wire attached, and it gives off a pretty good shot. It'll buzz a guy for a second, and then he won't be able to move for a while until it wears off. But he's okay later. As you start to put the controller back in your pocket, Dennis pulls something from his. Here's what I've been working on this week, he says proudly. He holds up a small bottle filled with a pink-colored liquid. Knowing Dennis's love for chemistry, you're curious. But before you can ask, he tells you, it's a liquid that produces knockout gas when you expose it to air. Come on, Dennis, that's too much. Even your new chemistry set doesn't have enough stuff to make something like that. You're right, Dennis says, but having a big brother who's a chemistry major at the university helps a lot. Now you begin to take him seriously. Does it really work? Well, I think it will. I thought we could try it out on Rusty, Dennis says with a laugh. At the mention of his name, Rusty stops and turns, ears perked. Dennis leans down and pats the dog. Just kidding, fella, he says reassuringly. He looks back up at you and continues, actually, I thought we could try it out on some of those muskrats down by the river. What do we got here? Sorry, I may have missed something. Trying to let Dog out and give Maisie a bed that isn't wet. No worries, Jess. We're really just getting started. We're meeting the characters. Got the main character, Terry. His buddy, what was his buddy's name? Dennis. His buddy Dennis was funny. I had a Dennis friend in high school. Let's see. Well, I'm sure we all have met a Dennis. And then the dog Rusty. Okay, so that's it. That's all you missed. They're walking down the street talking about robots. And Al Potion. That could be knockout gas. All right. Yeah, there's usually some of them on the cement sewer outlets down the hill from my uncle's plant. We can corner a couple and try out your knockout gas after I show you the robots. It'll be fun. Sounds like teenagers. Poor Maisie and Rusty. Agreed. As you cross the railroad tracks, Dennis abruptly changes the subject. When do you have to leave for home? Suddenly you don't feel so good anymore. Next week on Tuesday. School starts the week after that, but I'm not looking forward to it. Why not? Dennis asked. Don't you like your school? Oh, it's okay, I guess. Especially since I'll be president of the computer club this year. But I don't have many real friends there. In fact, even though we just met this summer, you're the best friend I have. Hey, thanks, Terry. You've been a lot of fun to have around. It's too bad you don't live around here. But don't worry about school. You'll make more friends. Sometimes it takes a while, and having a few really good friends is more important than being popular with everybody. This kid's got a good head on his shoulders, huh? Oh, I got to pick. Let me see. Let's see. And yeah, I wish I could bring her in, but all our cats have some issues with the other cats. And she won't use a litter box until it has yard dirt in it. I understand that. Cats can be finicky that way. Okay, I'll show you the pic after we get the scene here. You step off the curb of another street near your uncle's factory. Honk! You jump back in reaction to the blaring horn as a big black sedan rockets around the corner. In horror, you watch as it misses Rusty by inches. Then as you jump aside, the car swerves and flashes past you. There we go. Ta-da! Some pretty good artwork. Decent art, man. This is going to be a good one. Did I scare you? Oh, yeah. Then I did a good job. It was supposed to scare you in the story, too. You jump in. Okay. Out of the way, Terry. The driver shouts out the window at you. He meant to scare you? Your shock turns to anger as you realize who the driver is. Max Kimball? You sputter? He works at the Morton Electronics plant with Bob Gladding and my uncle. What a jerk. You said it. He's been mean and unfriendly all summer. He says he hates kids and dogs both. He even kicked Rusty one time. Lately he's been sore at Bob and my uncle because Bob's robot design was accepted and his wasn't. He made a robot called Bruno, and for months all anyone heard of was how great it was. Then when it didn't get approved by my uncle, Max got real mad at everybody. He paused. Suddenly, something doesn't make sense. Then you realize what it is. Wait a minute. Why is Max going to the plant? He's supposed to be on vacation in Hawaii. I wouldn't want to be at work if I was supposed to be on vacation in Hawaii. Anyone kicking a dog needs to lose at least a toe. Oh, I don't know about that, but that's yeah, okay. Yeah, kicking a dog for no reason. Maybe a toe. Ouch. Let's see. You and Dennis discuss the puzzle as you walk the last few blocks to the Morton Electronics plant. Crossing the bridge over the river, you have a full view of the building. A large parking lot slopes down toward the riverbank because it's usually full of cars during the week. It looks pretty empty on a Saturday. Approaching the end of the bridge, you realize that something doesn't look quite right at the plant. Hold it a minute, Dennis. What's up, he asks. I don't know, you reply uncertainly. Something's wrong. Let's wait here for a minute. You motion toward a telephone booth alongside a cement piling at the end of the bridge. Rusty waits patiently when you and Dennis peer over the top of the cement. Look, you say, pointing at the nearby nearly empty parking lot. That's Max standing by his car out toward the back of the lot. What's he doing, Terry? Is that a walkie-talkie he's holding? You study Max as he leans against his car. He's a large, overweight man with a bald spot on top of his head. He seems to be talking into something in his hand as he glances about nervously. I don't know for sure, but it looks like it, you say to Dennis. You recognize 3 other cars in the parking lot. One belongs to Bob Gladding, the research manager. The other 2 belong to Milt Davis and Ed Siegel, the security guards at the plant. The other 3 cars would normally be here on Saturday. But I sure don't know what Max is doing here, you tell Dennis. We got an image of that. He kicked the dog, he must pay. Yeah. My spidey sense is going off. Mine too. There's your image. Pretty cool. There's some decent art for this little book here. And we're getting close to a question here. So, got a choice coming up. Looking around the corner of the building, you see a truck backed into the loading dock. Express Truck Rental is painted on the side. I've never seen that truck at the loading dock here before. The company has its own trucks. There usually aren't any shipments on Saturdays anyway. Do you think something's wrong? Maybe we better call the cops, Dennis says. I don't know if anything's wrong, you reply slowly, but I do wonder what's going on. You'd feel pretty silly if we called the police and it turned out there was a perfectly reasonable explanation. I could call my uncle, but he won't be home until tonight. Maybe we should check it out. All right, here's our choice. If you think you should go ask Max what is going on, turn to page 152. If you think you should stay hidden and watch what Max does, then check outside the building. Turn to page 115. So, confront Max and ask him, or stay hidden and wait and check things out. So, stay hidden. Got one for stay hidden. Stay hidden. What's going on with my camera today? Stay and watch. Okay, yeah, that's 2. And that's kind of half of the group right now. So when in doubt, punch. Okay, well, Ray wants to go straight in. Hello, Rudini. What's up, Ray? It's good to see you, buddy. Confront Max. Okay, so we got 1 for confront and 2 for hide and wait. Let's see if we get any more votes. And Ray in the chat there. It's good to see you, buddy. All right, let me get a drink and let's see if anybody else pops in and puts a response in. Max is the one that kicked the dog, Ray. He's sus. Hello, who else is here? Well, we got Jess, we got you, we got Tiger, and somebody else. Probably Cool Gamer. Probably Cool Gamer is still rocking with us, but generally Cool Gamer, he doesn't always pipe in with a comment on Endless Quest, but we shall see. We shall see. Well, I'll give it another minute here, and then we'll just move on with the 3 of us. Oh, looks like somebody else just popped in. We'll see. We'll see. So, hide and wait or confront Max. I think I got my camera right now. Oh yeah, Kenneth was in here, and Superior Cyber Godzilla was in here too. We shall see. All right, it looks like we're gonna hide and wait and see what happens. Those are the votes we've got in here. So it looks like we're gonna turn to page Mulligan. We'll turn to page 115. My fingers are too clean to turn the pages. I know that's silly. Check this out. I like how it's in a little file, like it's a picture in a file, a top secret file. That's pretty cool. They're all sneaking through the bushes. It looks like. Let's find out. All right. You stay out of sight and watch Max for a minute more. He keeps looking around nervously in all directions. From time to time, he bends his head, maybe to speak into his walkie-talkie. Moving carefully, you crouch down to keep the landscaped embankment between you and Max so that he doesn't see you. As you survey the building, you see no signs of any activity. Everything is quiet. No one comes or goes, and the only things you see are Max and the rental truck. You're wondering what to do next when Dennis grabs your arm and says, "Hey, Terry, take a look at the back of the truck. I think there's enough room between it and the door of the loading docks to squeeze through and sneak into the building without Max seeing us." Right, let's go. Trying to keep hidden from Max's view, you lead the way in a low, crouching run, with Dennis and Rusty close behind you. You reach the truck safely and stop for a moment to listen. Everything is silent except your heart, which seems to be pounding a mile a minute. You sneak a quick peek through the narrow gap between the truck and the doorway. There's no one in sight in the warehouse. It's now or never. I love those little tongue twisters. Quick peek, pick quick. Whatever. Come on, you whisper. Oh, sorry. Come on, you whispered to Dennis. As you lift yourself up onto the dock and squeeze through the opening. Dennis lifts Rusty up, then follows. Wow, Dennis says in a whisper. This is a big place. Yeah, during the week it's full of people, but it's kind of creepy with no one around. A quickie picky. Quickle pickle. Truck, not a fantasy quest then? No, this is a top secret adventure, buddy. This is Roberts and Roblox. It's a little different from which one won the poll last month. Well, we got a pretty cool poll going right now with another top secret book in it too. So I think there was only 2 in the whole Endless Quest book series. Because that game didn't last very long, sadly. Because I don't know. I guess people didn't want to do spies back then. Okay. Dennis takes a position to serve as a lookout into the warehouse area. You quickly explore the back of the truck, but you see only a few empty boxes. Well, this truck certainly looks empty, you tell Dennis. What else is located in this building? Dennis asked curiously. There are 3 sections. The warehouse is where all the finished stuff is stored in cartons and prepared for shipping. The manufacturing area is where the assembly lines and robot lab are located. The third part of the office area, which has the room where all the robot blueprints are kept, by Uncle Sid's office, the cafeteria, the library, and a lot of other offices. That's way on the other end. Where are the guards? Well, they have an office by the main entrance to the lobby, but usually one of them sits back here and he can keep an eye on the loading dock. You point to an office chair near the doorway. Hey, look, that chair's been knocked over. How strange, says Dennis. I wonder if something's going on. I didn't vote for this book. I'm sorry, Jess, but it won. What can I tell you? But we're having fun. Come on, let's enjoy this. I don't know, Terry. This doesn't look too good. Maybe we should just leave and call the cops. We have, count them, 5 choices. This is definitely going to be the mulligan page. All right. If you want to check out the warehouse to see if anyone is in the shipping or storage area, turn to page 15. If you decide that you'd better call the police, 22, instead of getting involved further. 3, if you want to go to the manufacturing part of the building where the robot lab is located, turn to page 141. If you want to go to the office area of the building where your uncle's office and the room with the robot blueprints are, turn to page 16. If you want to call out for the guards, Milt and Ed, turn to page 148. The vote is just made to think you have an agency. He picks what he wants to read. I honestly go by whatever the poll does, right? I wish, because if that were the case, I'd have picked this one a long time ago. Funny though, buddy, funny. All right, so we got check out the warehouse, call the police, go to the manufacturing part of the building, go to your uncle's office, or call out for the guards. I got an office vote. We got to vote for the office. You can't what, Jess? This be like we can do a mag game out of this. I mean, that's what mag is. It's a smart game. Yeah, Uncle's office. Spies, military, aliens, robot, and terrorists. That's what the smart game is. Mag. Blueprint. We got 2 for the office, 1 for the blueprint. Yeah, looks like the 2 votes went out, Jess. Uncle's office. Oh, that would be the blueprint, wouldn't it? I'm sorry. Uncle's office with the blueprints. That's unanimous. Oh, wow. All right, let's do it. Uncle's office, new mulligan page. Uncle's office is on page 16. I like page 16. All right. Blueprint. As quietly as possible, you and Dennis and Rusty make your way through the warehouse. You move toward the manufacturing area, keeping hidden as much as you can behind rows of boxes. The large door leading out of the warehouse is open, and you peek into the area where products are assembled. Wow, gasps Dennis as he looks out over the large machine-filled room. Is this where they make everything? Yeah, those are the assembly lines, you reply. They make radios and computer parts here. You continue on, crouching behind the machines. You have to keep urging Dennis on because he becomes absorbed in each machine you pass. Rusty follows quietly, occasionally pausing to sniff at a machine. You make your way through the assembly area to a metal door. This goes to the offices. You turn the doorknob and slowly pull the door towards you. Looking through the widening crack, the coast seems clear, so you open the door wide enough to slip past. Let's check the halls first, you whisper to Dennis as you start slowly down the corridor. My uncle's office is over this way. When the hall turns the corner, you stop and listen carefully. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. You move on quietly, listening as you go. The only sound is the tap of Rusty's nails on the tile floor. As you make your way down the corridor, you pass the company library and the vice president's office, like they're in school. Logan, you are really weird, just so you know. I know. I like weird. You don't like weird? I thought you like weird. I thought you were weird. So we're weird. You know, that's we collect weird. Nothing wrong with weird, Jess. It's just weird. All right. Where were we? You come to another door and you grab the knob expecting it to be locked. When the knob turns, you know you may have found something. You turn to Dennis. This is the security area. The door's always supposed to be locked. What's in there? Dennis asks. All the important offices. The computer room, the blueprint files. My uncle's office is just on the other side of this door. Do you want to go through there? Yeah, I think we might find something. Careful, Terry, Dennis pleads. You turn the knob again and slowly push the door open. You notice a big piece of tape covering the latch, which you point out to Dennis as you move through the doorway. He holds the door open to let Rusty through, then quietly eases it closed. When you see the door to your uncle's office, you get another surprise. A key is in the doorknob. The key in the doorknob, you whisper. Does it belong to your uncle? I don't know. This is strange. Quietly, you open the door and look around the office. No one is there, and everything looks undisturbed. You ease back out and close the door, leaving the key where it was. You step quietly down the corridor just as you're about to turn the corner. You hear a noise ahead of you. Sound like a paper rustling. Rusty hears it too, and his ears perk up. Yeah, he grabbed the knob. There you go, buddy. Yes, I am weird, and it's weird that you collect weird people that also like other weird people. So it's all weird. The freaks come out at night. Oh, sorry. Hey, we got another choice on this page, and we got some artwork too. So cool. You signal Dennis to wait behind you slowly. One step at a time, you quietly turn the corner and move along the wall of the corridor toward the sound. Ahead, you can see a door open on the right side of the hallway. It's the blueprint file room, and someone is shuffling papers around in there. Cautiously, you edge closer. You pause for a moment just outside the doorway, then tip your head just enough to see into the room. A man with his back to you stands beside a table looking through papers and drawings. He's a large man, and from the gray trench coat he's wearing, you know that he's not someone who works at your uncle's company. All right, let's look at the picture and then I'll give you the choice. Somebody rifling around in the blueprints. He's wearing one of those spy trench coats. Here we go, here. If you want to sneak up behind the intruder and with Dennis's help, jump him, turn to page 48. If you want to use Dennis's bottle of knockout gas on the man, turn to page 38. Ooh, a new mulligan page. Knock him out with gas or tag his ass. All right, you guys, what you think? Quiet night tonight. I hope Victor would show up. He usually tries not to miss these. Your uncle doesn't pay enough for anyone to afford a gray trench coat. There you go. You're probably right. It was the 80s. Nobody got paid for shit. They still don't get paid for shit. Still the same. All the same. Same shit, different day. All right, so we attacking him. We're trying to knock him out with the gas. Yep, there you go, Jess. All right, what again? Attack or knock him out? Boom. Ganging up on him with Dennis and try to attack him from behind or knock him out with the gas. Got plenty of gas. Interesting color on here. Knockout, unless it's going to be going to knock us out. That's a good question. But yeah, knockout gas from Jess. Let's go with us. Let's change our color to red. I like red. Not clown red. Come on now. There we go. No, it's still in a little. There we go. That's red. All right. Ray, Tiger, what you think? Tiger, did you fall asleep? I think Tiger fell asleep. Yeah, Tiger fell asleep. Or just you guys. Knock out again. Or attack the dude from behind with your buddy. Well, say you, Ray. Try to wake Tiger up, but she's not having it. He just keeps saying, "Oh, yeah, it's all good." Oh, she said, "I'm sorry." She's sleepy. Ray, if you don't vote, we're just gonna go with Jess's choice, and Jess gonna choose everything. Unless we get some more people in here. Just you two. You good with the knockout gas, Ray? I'll tell you what. Jess already made that choice, so if you don't comment, then I guess we're gonna go with Jess. No comment means you agree. All right. Looks like we're going with the bottle of knockout gas on the man. Page 38. Might just be you and me, Jess. It's all good. Other people watching, there's nobody voting. Hey, the Bud File, how you doing? About to make a choice here. Sneaking into this warehouse in this top secret endless quest book. Got a guy ruffling through your uncle's papers and blueprints. The choices were to knock him out from behind or knockout gas, and got some knockout gas for the choice. Yep, that's two. That's unanimous then, guys. You edge your way back to Dennis to tell him of what you've seen. There's a guy in there with blueprints. I think he's going to steal them. What should we do? Get your bottle out. We'll sneak up to the door and you can throw it in. Then I'll slam the door shut on you. Dennis thinks a moment, then nods. The two of you slowly move down the hallway, trying not to make any noise. The rustling sound in the room stops and you pause, holding your breath. Then it starts again and you both breathe a quiet sigh of relief. I said gas 3 times. Yeah, it only came up once, Ray. Yep, just there. Just the one time, buddy. Sorry. All right. Yeah, Jess, it looks like the boys were smart and closed the door. At the doorway, you turn to Dennis. He has the bottle clutched in his hand. He nods that he's ready. With that, you grab the doorknob, pressing your body against the door to give Dennis enough room to throw. Quickly, he moves to the middle of the hall and hurls the bottle into the room with all his might. The man turns to see what the noise is just as the bottle whizzes past him and shatters in the corner of the room. There's a loud poof, and a pinkish cloud starts to billow up from the broken bottle. You quickly slam the door shut and hold it tightly. Dennis grabs the knob too, just in case the knockout gas doesn't work. You both wait for a moment. There's no sound from inside the room. It worked! Carefully, you and Dennis check out the rest of the office area. All the other doors are locked. No one else seems to be around, and everything appears to be all right. Go to the assembly area, say. What for? See if anyone else is around. That's where the robots are. Okay, let's go. You didn't find out what the dude was trying to steal? What's going on here? We knock him out and we leave it. Okay. Okay, let's go. That's what Dennis says. Together, you, Dennis, and Rusty leave the office area and re-enter the manufacturing part of the building. You crouch down behind the machines and boxes as you move. After a short time, Dennis grabs your arm. Listen, Terry. Stop for a moment. Sure enough, you hear voices speaking in a foreign language. You peer over a machine to get a look. Look there, Dennis. You point across the room. See the open door? That's the research lab. They're in. They're in with the robots. Dennis nods. Now what, he asks. Let's get a little closer. You better have some air extra dry, right? Okay. You creep cautiously past different kinds of machines, trying to get closer, to get a better look at the men talking inside. You take up a position next to a break in the assembly line where you can see through the doorway into the research lab. but they can't see you. There are 2 men inside the lab. From time to time, they talk into a walkie-talkie, and you can hear Max reply. All 3 robots, Bert, Gert, Bruno, stand nearby. What's going on, Terry? I think Max is telling them where to look. Ruskies! Maybe Ruskies. Ruskas. Maybe. We'll see. You walk over to a door with a sign that reads, Security Storage, Authorized Personnel Only. You turn the handle, but the door is locked tight. Then you hear a muffled noise from beyond the door, like a thumping sound. Dennis hears it too. What's that sound, he asks. I don't know. You listen as the thumping continues, first slow, then fast, and then slow again. On a hunch, tap on the door. The noise stops. To your surprise, someone taps back from the inside. It's Morse code, you exclaim excitedly, finally recognize the unusual pattern of taps. Dennis starts to ask something, but you motion to him to be quiet so you can listen. Even Rusty cocks an ear. The taps are repeated. You listen carefully, thinking back to when you made your own telegraph set and learned Morse code. I actually used to do that in the 70s, maybe. H-E-L-P, you say slowly, as you hear the letters tapped out. Somebody's calling for help. You grab the doorknob again and try to wrench the door open. You shake the handle, but it's locked and won't budge. You tap back your own message. This is Terry. Who are you? Well, let's just identify ourselves. Hello, BOD 89. Bod 89. Whichever, let us know. Greetings from London, UK. Well, greetings, sir. We're reading an endless course book today. You're welcome to join us. I thought someone was having an office romance on the desk. That could have been a possibility too, Ray, but turns out it was Morse code. It takes time, but an answer comes back. BOBEDMILTTIEDUPTHREE. Bob, Ed, Bill, tied up. 3 men want robot plans. Get help. I'm not going to read it all out again. So, security just asked for help. Just Bod M8. All right, buddy. Bod M8. Bottom 8. Oh, okay. I get you. All right. If you want to leave the building and call the police, we got lots of choices on this one, too. This book has a lot of choices. New mulligan page here. If you want to leave the building and call the police, turn to page 99. If you want to try to break the door down to rescue Bob, Milt, and Ed, turn to page 131. If you want to go to the manufacturing area to look for the 3 men, then come back later to help Bob, Ed, and Milt, turn to page 141. If you want to go to the office area to look for the 3 men, then come back later to help Bob, Ed, and Milt, turn to page 16. It's good to see you, buddy. Thanks for joining us. Hello, Phil. What's up, Phil? How's it going? Hashtag rescue Bob. All right. Well, sweet. That book was great. Yeah, it's almost done. It could be done. It depends on your choice. So, call the police. Break the door down to rescue Bob, Milt, and Ed. Go to the manufacturing area and come back for them later. Or 4, go to the office area to look for the 3 men. Then come back later. Feel. Those are our choices. We got 4. Leave the building and call the police. Break the door down. Go to the manufacturing area to look for the spies. That speak probably Russian, as Ray points out, a foreign language. Or go to the office area to look for the 3 men. Leaving Bob and rescue Bob. That's okay. I'm guessing Phil already voted for rescue Bob. So what say you, Jess? I'll go with the majority. All right, looks like we're going to try to rescue Bob. So we're going to break the door down and try to rescue them. So let's go to 131 and see what happens. Oh, we got right away. We got a picture again. This artwork is really cool for such an intricate little book here. I mean, I love how it's in like a file folder. That's pretty cool. I ain't got a Danny LaRue. Roll a dice, Bod. No, we don't need to. Enough people said go and try to break the door down, including you, buddy. You look around for something to try to pry open the door. Across the aisle is an open bin with heavy metal rods in it. Let's try those, suggested Dennis. You mean it's levers? He's waving a sausage? No, it looks like a metal rod, but it could be it looked like a sausage. Let's see. Yeah, we'll wedge them in around the door and then try to pry it open. You gather several of the rods and bring them over to the door. You try to inspect the first rod. It's obvious that it's too big to fit between the door and the frame. Okay, Ray, this is right up your alley. Dennis sees your problem, and hands you a heavy piece of metal from another bin. Here, try this as a hammer. Latex sauce. You press the rod up the crank and start the hammer. There's a loud clank with every blow. See, you can see that it's working. The rod pushes in a bit farther with every blow. Now, if you just get a few more of them into place, you get some leverage. Heavy piece of metal. Stick the kettle on Errol. Maybe. You grab a second rod, place it over the crack, and start to pound. Just then you hear Dennis scream, "Terry!" Rusty starts to bark frantically. You turn quickly and see a man clutching Dennis around the neck with his arm. But before you can react, a hand is cupped over your mouth and one arm is twisted up behind your back. You're helpless. Hey, it's Victor Gibson. What's up, buddy? It's good to see you. Just in time to see the end of the book. Throw lemon triangles at him. Maybe. I wish we could, man. We can only go with what the book says. All right. The man pushes you up against the wall and holds you there while the other man speaks into a walkie-talkie. Hear Max's voice answer. Hold on to them. I'll be right there. You feel a sickening knot in your stomach as you wonder what's going to happen next. In a minute, Max is there. He glowers at you and mutters something under his breath, but you don't catch it all. The man holding Dennis gives Max a key, and he opens the door to the security room, the storage room. There on the floor are Bob Gladding, Ed Siegel, and Milt Davis, tied up and gagged. But their eyes show fear as you and Dennis are pushed into the room. You and Dennis struggle as the men tie you up with nylon cords, but it's no use. In a matter of minutes, the two of you are lying on the floor with the others. Rusty is put in with you, but his barking is no help. You feel emptiness and fear as the door is closed and locked, trapping the five of you in the room. The hours drag on, and the wait seems endless. Your muscles become stiff and sore from lack of movement, and hunger gnaws at your stomach. But even worse is the question that keeps running through your mind. Has anyone even missed you? After a while, the hunger becomes unbearable. Rusty, sensing the hopelessness of the situation, stops pacing around the room and lies down to sleep. The wait goes on and on. It seems like you've been locked in the room for days when finally the door bursts open and your uncle and several policemen barge through. You've never been so glad to see anyone in your life. As they untie you, Rusty is beside himself with excitement. When the last rope is loosened, you hug him as he licks your face. What a great feeling to be free at last. You hungrily gulp down the donuts, the cartons of milk they bring from the vending machines, and each of you tells your part of the story. The police detectives and a man from the FBI writes down the details as they question you. When all the threads of the story are put together, you learn that Max was apparently working with foreign agents who were interested in stealing technology. Unfortunately, they got away with all the robot models at the plant as well as the blueprints. Bob Gladding and your Uncle Sid are sick about it. You find out later that Max has escaped to a foreign country. The robots are never seen again. Over and over again, you find yourself wishing you had done something different to change the way things have worked out. The end. Oh no! Victor showed up just in time for an ending. Well, that one wasn't good. Let's see. Hey Logan, had power outages today. Oh, that sucks, dude. I'm sorry. You guys are having it rough over there, man. Cut that out, Victor. Oh, I think he was. Sounds like prison life. Yeah. It's not me, bro. It's the wind ghost. Yeah, the wind ghost. Rusty, chew my ropes. Yeah, that would have helped. Flying headbutt into the boot rat face. Maybe. Milk in the vending machine. Yep. Yeah, that doesn't sound very good, does it? What happened to the bad guys? Hurdle? Maybe. This is a long failure ending. Yes, it was a long write-up. So go, oh, you're dead, basically. You lost. Okay, so that wasn't a good choice, trying to rescue Bob. We still have 3 choices. We can go back. We can go, you want to leave the building and call the police, turn to page 99. You want to go to the manufacturing area to look for the 3 men, page 141. You want to go to the office area to look for the 3 men, turn to page 16. So, police, manufacturing area, or the office? What happened to the bad guys? They got away, Jess. They got away. Let's try going to look for whoever the 3 men are. Yeah, okay, so you have 2 choices on that one. The manufacturing area or the office. I have to agree with that statement, Ray. Ray wants to go manufacturing. That was a long failure ending. Manufacturing, that's 2 for manufacturing. All right, we got 2. 3, okay, that's pretty much unanimous. That's good enough for me. So the manufacturing area, so we're going to 141. And we'll see if we can get a good ending out of this here somewhere. Most likely more choices. This book is a lot of choices. That is the good part about this. I'm going to leave the mulligan page again. Let's see. This way, you say to Dennis as you start cautiously through the warehouse. Where are we going? To the manufacturing area where the robots are. We've got to make sure they're safe. As you move cautiously through the warehouse, you both look down the empty aisles between rows of boxes. It seems strangely quiet. Does some unseen danger lurk beyond the next row? You move on through an open door and into the assembly area. Wow, Dennis whispers. Is this where they build the robots and other stuff? Yeah, those are all the assembly lines. Machines and assembly tables fill the large room, and electronic parts are everywhere you look. Let's go over there. You point toward the middle of the room. You can see into the research lab from there. The robots are kept there. The 2 of you make your way stealthily past looming machinery and piles of metal and plastic parts. Listen, Dennis says softly. You stop and listen. You hear voices. Where are they? Dennis asks. You raise your head to peer over the top of a machine. Through the doorway to the lab, you can see 2 men in gray trench coats, looking through cabinets and drawers. The bird stands near the open doorway. That's not... We'll get the right page here. Okay, that's not where you left him yesterday. The 2 men are talking, but you can make out what they're saying. Let's see. 3 out of 6 unanimous. That's all the votes that we're getting, though, Jess. We want the Voltron ending. Me too, dude. Da-da-da-da, boom, blazing sword, done, man. It's the blazing sword principle. Let's just end this. All right, they're in the research lab. Dennis sneaks a glance over the top of the machine and sees the 2 men also. What are they doing? They're looking for something. Let's move a little closer. You make your way stealthily to a well-hidden spot behind an assembly table where you're close enough to get a good look. You can hear the men speaking into handheld radios with heavy accents that sound Russian. Ray called it. Lol, who is Dennis and why does he know this place? Well, Dennis doesn't really know this place. You know the place. Dennis is your friend. All right. Here's a picture of the walkie-talkie. It's kind of cool. They are Ruskies. Ray called it right. Max is just as you said. These will please our superiors very much. Well, I'm sorry, Russian accent. Max is just as you said. These would please our superiors very much. Max's voice crackles back over the radio. Good, Yuri. Your people are paying me plenty for this, so be sure to get it all. Don't worry, we will. But it's time to go soon, yes? Duh. Yeah, you better hurry up. Get those robots and let's get rolling. Dennis is a double agent. No, that's not Dennis. Well, he might be. I don't know. It's a possibility. Of course, Russians. Back in the 80s, right? Yeah, right. It was. And now, too. What do you mean, back in the 80s? All right, here we go. Oh, we got 2 choices again. We can go. Let's see. If we want to stay and observe the 2 men a while to find out what they're going to do, turn to page 60. If you wanted to activate Bert by using your hand controller and use the robot against the men, turn to page 77. Squirrel and Moose, there you go, sir. Robots, roll out. Transform. Autobots, transform and roll out. Activate Bert. Okay, one for Activate Bert. I didn't say back in the 80s. Book is from the 80s. Yes, book is from the 80s. Yes, sir. You're right. I'm sorry. So, Activate Bert. Activate Bert. Activating Bert. Okay, that's two. What say you, Jess? Got a Lou Mulligan page here. Bert, please. Oh, that's three. Hey, Phil. All right, Phil voted. So, Jess, if you make that four, that's more than half. First, we get Moose and Squirrel. We're going to get him with the robot. Right. Activate Bert. Oh, hey, we've been in an hour. Let's change the music up a little bit. Choices again? Yeah, I know. I told you this book is full of choices. Activate the robot and fight him. Or stay and observe. Activates Bert was Phil's stage name. Man, Phil, you should make a list of all your stage names. Activated Bert. My video feed keeps freezing up. Grr. So you want to activate a robot, try to fight these Russian spies, or do you want to wait and see what they do, even though they're saying they're going to roll out? See what Jess has to say, and then we'll make a choice. But it looks like we're going to go and activate Bert to fight them. Well, so you, Jess, observe or activate Bert. Okay, Bert. That's four. It's more than half. So that's unanimous of who voted, too. All right. I got something to read, and then I got a cool pic to show you. Well, it's a good pic. You decide whether it's cool. I'm going to use Bert to stop those guys, you whispered to Dennis as you pull the controller unit from your pocket. Getting ready to throw my fucking phone. Sorry, Jess. I know I don't like my phone. It's the best phone I ever had, but I'm not a phone guy. I don't like it. Are you sure it will work? Sure. Are you ready? Dennis nods and strains to see your robot in action. You press a button and Bert comes to life. The men in the room look up in surprise. With arms raised, Bert advances towards one of the men. The agent backs away, but Bert grabs him firmly with steel arms. The other spy rushes over and starts to hit Bert with a piece of metal he grabs from the lab bench. Clang! Clang! Bert is tough, but you've got to do something before they damage him. Let them have it with a taser dart, Terry, Dennis urges. Okay, here goes. There's a short buzz as the dart shoots out of Bert's body and into the man in his grasp. The agent goes limp, and Bert lets him drop to the floor. The taser device retracts into Bert's body, and he turns toward the second man. But the other spy has seen enough. He runs out the lab door, shouting into his handheld radio. Come on, Dennis, you say. We've got to make sure Bert is okay. Inside the lab, Dennis looks down at the limp form on the floor. Is he dead? No, he'll wake up in a little while. And he's okay. There's only enough juice to stun someone. Hey, look at this one, you say angrily, pointing at Bert's metallic body. They dented him. A different name for every town. That's right, buddy. So many towns. Another pizza medal. So many YouTube streets and channels. You check Bert carefully to see if they've damaged him anywhere else. There are some scratches and a couple of small dents, but he seems all right. At the moment, Max bursts into the room, his beady eyes red with anger. You kids are in for it now, he says with a sneer. He reaches out and grabs the controller from his robot from the counter. Presses a button and Bruno starts up. It's going to be a robot fight! All right, here we go, guys. Max's face twists into an evil grin. I'll show you what a real robot can do!
Max is fake. Yeah, okay, yes. That's what you think, Max. That pile of junk of yours is no match for Bert. You waited all summer to tell him off. That's big talk, kid. Your puny little thing doesn't stand a chance against a machine 30 pounds heavier.
But Bert R2D2'd the guy. Yes, he did. Bert's a robot? Yeah, Bert's a robot. Wait, Max is a robot? Max isn't a robot, but Max has a robot.
Yes. Named Bruno. Max maneuvers Bruno around to face Bert, and you see the light glint off of its shiny black body. Its huge, menacing claw arm upraised. There's not a moment to waste. You extend Bert's arms and advance him toward Bruno. Suddenly, there's a blinding flash from the black robot spotlight. Stunned for a moment, you close your eyes to protect them from the overpowering beam of light. Get the light, Terry, Dennis shouts. You squint your eyes to see where the light's coming from, so that you can send Bert after it. Both his arms reach out for the spotlight. There's a big pop, and the light goes out. Dennis starts to pick things up from the tables in the lab and throw them at Bruno. As the black robot's claw arm closes into a giant threatening fist, Dennis heaves a chunk of metal at the mechanical monster. It bounces off harmlessly. Forget Bruno, Dennis. Get Max, you shout. Rusty, get him. Starling the dog lunges toward the big man. Bruno's giant fist lashes out at Bert and lands with a sickening clang. Bert shakes from the force of the blow, but he seems all right. He turns on his clinking treads and raises his arms. If you can grab Bruno's claw arm, maybe you can stop him. One more blow like that and your precious robot will be a pile of junk, kid, Max yells. His words turn into a howl of pain as Rusty clamps his jaws into Max's leg. Now's your chance. Bert's arms reach up and grab Bruno's claw arm. You tighten Bert's grip and hold on. Oh, no, you don't, kid. Max frantically presses buttons on his controller, but his robot can't force its way out of Bert's vice-like grip. Bruno's claw clicks open and closed, but it's harmless in Bert's grasp. You've got him now. If you can only tip him over. Bert surges forward, his tracks churning powerfully. Just a little bit more. We got a Ronnie trick shot in the house. Hello, sir. Who was Starling? I didn't see a Starling. Who is it? Okay. Don't know what's going on because of my stupid phone, but I'll figure it out. Oh, there's a robot fight. I'm reading robots and robbers and robots here, buddy. Good day. It's good to see you, Ronnie. Robot Wars. Yep. We're in the middle of a robot battle right now. Hi, Ronnie. How's your muck? How's your muck? Oh, check it out. We got a robot battle fight. Okay. There was another pick. I'm not showing you the other pick. There were two. I forgot to show you the other one. So here's the one where you get the bad guys and knock them out. You can take them out. And now we got this big old main full-page art of this robot battle. Hey, we got a fluffy dog in the house. I lost my mulligan page. I'm pretty sure it was. I don't know. I think this is it anyway, guys. Hello, Ben. Howdy do. Loose, full of juice, and ready for use. I'm going to lose my mark all over the place here if I don't put this in here. All right. So, hey, Tiger woke up just in time to say hi to Ben. Fluffy and Ronnie, too. Hi, yes. Hey, Ben. I'll put that in the chat. And then look at this picture one more time as we probably will finish up here. Hopefully with a good ending, because it looks like we got a lot of reading here. Yep. Here we go. Here we go. It's going to be the shortest one we've done. With a thunderous crash, the big black machine topples to the floor, its wheels spinning harmlessly. Max curses loudly. Shit! Then throws down... Oh, it wasn't in the book. I added that. I'm sorry. Then throws down his hand controller and starts to reach under his coat. Watch out, Terry! Dennis shouts. He might have a gun! In a flash, Bert turns on Max. You see a giant glint of black steel in Max's hand. It is a gun. Without hesitating, you press the taser button, and the dart shoots out and into Max's leg. There's a buzz, and Max's whole body recoils from the shock. Yeah! He freezes in place and then drops in a heap as the gun falls harmlessly to the floor. Everybody's saying hello. Good to see everybody. Seems like everybody showed up just as the book is getting over. But we'll read the rest of it. Let's see. Nice going, Terry. You got him. You got him. Dennis eagerly slaps you on the back and congratulations. You reach down and pick up Max's gun. It's heavier than the pistols you learned how to use at summer camp, and it looks much more powerful. It's a good thing Max didn't get a chance to use it. Behind you, Terry, Dennis shouts. Without thinking, you swing around and point the gun at another man who's running into the lab. He stops abruptly, throwing up his hands and starts jabbering in a foreign language. I think he wants to surrender, Dennis says. It's hard to tell what he's saying, but it looks as though Dennis is right. Yes, we are Terry. We are Terry. Yes, yes. He's a pervert. Oh, no, no. Tested that taser, Uncle. Yeah. We tested it out a couple of times. All right, let's finish this up. Why did I learn how to use guns at summer camp? How old am I? They never said how old you were, but you're old enough. You were finishing high school, so. Let's see. Especially since when the man slowly removes the gun from his coat and gingerly sets it down. Dennis runs to call the police, while you keep the man guarded. It takes a while, but eventually he returns with a bunch of police officers. Max is just starting to stir again when they slap the handcuffs on him and take him away. The other man just seems relieved that it's over. After everything that's happened, you kind of feel that way too. When the chief detective and a man from the FBI arrive, they both seem impressed by what you and Dennis have done. After they finish questioning the two of you, the FBI man says that he wants to recommend you for a presidential citation. Sounds like a nice idea, but you don't give it too much thought. When your photo appears in the newspaper the next day, that's thrill enough. A few weeks later, you get a special letter from the White House. It's from the President of the United States himself. So that would have been Ronald Reagan back then. You tear open the envelope and read it eagerly. Dear Terry, I have received a full report of your actions in protecting the valuable work of the important electronics company from foreign espionage activities. Your quick thinking and bravery exemplify exactly what our country needs to protect itself from foreign agents bent on stealing our national secrets and technology. Accordingly, I am pleased to award you the Presidential Medal in honor of your actions. I wish to thank you on behalf of all Americans. In addition, should you decide in the future that you wish to enroll in one of the U.S. Special Academies, Army, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, or Merchant Marine, please contact me. If you meet certain minimum qualifications, I will exert the influence of my office and see that you receive a congressional appointment. The President. First, your picture in the paper, and now this. You can hardly believe it's really happening, but there's that letter right there in your hand. You can imagine what the kids in school will say when they hear about this. The end. Wow, that was pretty cool, actually. Let's see. Max is just starting to stir when the cops tase his ass again. Yo, over too soon. Go back and read another one. Oh well, it's been over. We're almost about an hour and a half in, Jeff. About a minute, hour and 15. But presidential letter, as if, right? Yeah, nowadays no, but Reagan was good about that kind of stuff. A medal, poofed. Yeah, I got a shiny medal. But imagine being a teenager and getting a medal from the president. I mean, In addition, I would like to use you as a prop at the next statue of the State of the Union speech. Yes, definitely, Ray. For sure. Well, that was a quick one tonight, but I do have some stuff I want to talk about with you. You demand another storage. Yes. We can get into one and it can last for hours. Next time's a new day. But what we will do is we'll close out that poll, and then I'll talk to you guys a bit here. I'll hang out for a bit. All right, we had 12 votes for next time. I am looking them over, and I like the winner. Let's just put it that way. Ending the poll in the chat, and there it is. Hero of Washington Square last, so that one's out. 16 votes. Both of the Dwarves and Lair of the Lich both have 25, and then we have King's Quest, the winner, at 33%. So the next one we're going to read is going to be King's Quest.
All right, let me mark that on my calendar so I remember. Wah! Reagan was good about sending letters to kids that saved robot factories. No, just people in general, dude. You know, he had a good staff at least. The dwarves are revolting. Yeah, well, 2 votes for the story. Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you what. We'll talk about some stuff, and maybe we'll talk about some of the old Endless Quest books. You have voted for Lair of the White Worm like 4 times. There is no Lair of the White Worm, Jess. I don't have that one. Yeah, you send it to me, and I'll have it. And if it's an Endless Quest or Pick a Path, I'll read it, and so you guys can have some choices. That's what this show's all about. So let me mark my calendar for next month's Endless Quest, and we will mark it King's Quest. Endless Quest Fireside Tales number 4, King's Quest. I have been wanting to read this one for a while, guys, since we started this show last year. This is season 2, technically. So I've got that marked on my calendar. Here's the book that we're reading next time. Let's see here. If we had more time, Jess, and we did it in less than an hour, I would read it. But here's the cover, good and proper. Looks like it's going to be by Tom McGowan, and it's going to be another D&D adventure. This one's a good one. I had a lot of fun reading this as a kid. White Worm, yeah, great movie. I haven't seen it. Lair of the White Worm. Lich, Lair of the Lich. Oh, okay. Yeah, that one didn't win. That one didn't win, Jess. Sorry. You wanted people to vote for the other two. The two tied. That tied. Let's see. White Worm, Lair of the White Worm. Now that was one of my stage names. Okay. Saw it when it first came out. I never even heard of it. I saw it when I was a kid and thought it was really weird, and it still is. Well, Phil, you were the Lair. Tommy was the White Worm. That's kind of true there. That's kind of true, though. Okay, this one is actually, you get like a little party of adventures, and you actually go on an actual D&D quest. But you still are a boy. That's the way most of these go. You're a little kid. I wish they would write ones that were more towards our audience nowadays that plays D&D. Let's see. Yeah. All right. Well, tomorrow night, guys, on Fridays from the Hill, we're going to be making a channel announcement. I won't say more. Jess kind of knows already, but please don't say anything yet, Jess. We will be talking about that tomorrow. It's neither good nor bad. It is. We're making some changes. But, changes are good, and we're moving into technically a new season. We're going to have our 2nd anniversary next month, our 2nd anniversary special. So on Fridays from the Hill, episode 86, which is kind of funny if you think about it, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that'll be our 2nd anniversary special. The last Friday in the last Friday in April, or the second to last Friday. It is the 25th. Yeah, that'll be the last Friday in April. We started this show on April 19th. Well, we started the channel on April 19th. That's when I uploaded my first video. So it's like almost a week after. What are you supposed to talk about? Well, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll go get it tomorrow. It's neither good nor bad. It's probably bad. Well, it depends on how you look at it, Ray. It really does. Depends on how you look at it. How we're looking at it as a good thing, not a bad thing. It's just a change. So there it is. But I promised Tiger I wouldn't talk about it much more than that till tomorrow. So please join us on Fridays from the Hill for the first half hour of the show if you want to know what I'm talking about. And so we're going to start at 7 instead of 6:30 with the music because we got some stuff to do. So not supposed to talk about. Yeah. Well, it's that simple. I mean, but yeah, okay, all right. You can guess good, bad. That's all good. That's part of the fun, I suppose, making everybody guess. But as far as Endless Quest Fireside Tales, this show's doing good. A lot of people seem to like it. We've been getting quite a few views, and it's not necessarily our best show or our worst show, I mean, it depends on the episode, really. You can't handle the truth? I bet you can, Phil. I bet you can. You might catch the first hour, then sleep. Well, that works, buddy. You'll find out tomorrow, then morning. Yep, you're right. You refuse to guess. That's okay, Ray. It's okay. That's okay. Tomorrow, my friends. And just a new direction a little bit for our channel. So Endless Quest, we've done a lot. We've done Pillars of Pentagon, Revenge of the Rainbow Dragons, Mountain of Mirrors. Light on Quest Mountain was our first one, which was a gamma world. That was different. So we had a lot of fun. And then Dungeon of Dread, I love that one. That's still one of my favorites. It's the very first Endless Quest book. Yeah, we're starting right at 7 p.m. Mountain tomorrow, which for you would be 9 o'clock. Yeah, on the East Coast. So instead of a half hour earlier, like I do with my music, I'm not doing that tomorrow because we were going to have some music. So, but yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun tomorrow night. We got a lot of stuff planned, and we got some cool stuff. New Direction was one of Phil's live shows. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it at all. So I do hope everybody who's here can tune in tomorrow, and I hope everybody that normally watches the show is there. You did your boy band dance? I believe it, Phil. I believe it. Read one you read at the start of the books that you know is short. Well, you know what, Jess? All of them take about 2 hours. This is the first one that's done. I've been done in less than an hour and a half. I'm kind of glad we didn't read the other top secret one, A Hero of Washington Square. If I remember right, this one was about the same, pretty short. Yeah. No, we don't have time to read another one, or I would, Jess, or I would. If we had a full hour at least, I would start another one, but we don't. I usually like to get these done in about 2 hours. So, we also, there's things that we're doing here around the house that I need to get done tonight. And Thundercats, we got lots more Thundercats for tomorrow. We've been watching that this week. That's all good. It's all good, Jess. I don't mind. It's cool. I get it. I want content too. So I'm right there with you, Jess. But tonight, I'm kind of glad it was a short one because I've got a lot going on, especially for tomorrow. So, but we're gonna have some fun and talk some Thundercats, and we're gonna have attack a prompt. We're gonna have shorty shorts, do the cover roast, all that stuff. That's gonna happen still. But yeah, topic take Thundercats. So if you like Thundercats, tomorrow's a good one to hang out, and then Fridays and Chill. I'll have a song for you that I'm gonna play for Fridays and Chill. I got a full show for you tomorrow night, so that should be fun. You invented the name of Magrea's tribe and a language. That's cool. That's very cool. I've invented a lot of my own languages. Oh, you know what though? You know what? I'm gonna load it up and I'm gonna play for you the song that I wrote for this. It was actually an accident. I meant to make some music. The music we're listening to right now is actually from my James Bond GoldenEye tribute. That's coming up. It's pretty decent. You're making bracelets while you listen? That's cool. There's a Backstreet, and then there's Phil's boy band, Kroger parking lot guy. That might be true. Well, friends, Ben. Yes, we're friends. Sent me one. In fact, I got it. Let me see where to go. It's right here on my desk. It could have got shuffled up in here. No, it's just right here. Mine says the G.I. Joe Dad. If I can get to see it's all. There we go. I just got to turn it where you can see it. G.I. Joe Dad. Very cool. Ben made this for me. Very cool. If I can get that. Yeah, there we go. I had it. Oh, there we go. G.I. Joe Dad. Cool little bracelet that Ben made for me. Thank you, Ben. I love it. It just makes me itch. So I can't wear it. Unfortunately, I'm allergic to a lot of shit. Let's go Krogering. Anyway, let me load up this video so I can play it for you. And I'll tell you about how it came about. I was trying to make instrumental music, and I forgot to click instrumental. So what happened was, what happened was I ended up making rendering a song by accident, and I gotta tell you, I kind of like it. See if we get the clip version so I can actually load it up. There it is. Loading. Okay, because the regular version is too big to. I had to make a shorter. I had to condense it into a lesser format. Behind the chat, that's what the girls would scream. Let's go, Kroger. I'll make some for friends, but I'm going to be having some sets for a trial. You say you're allergic to metal? I am. A lot of different metals, yes. The G.I. Joe dad. G.I. Joe Gamer is also a G.I. Joe dad. That is true. Ben's my kid. One of three. One of three. Dead. Yes. Okay, I got you. Yeah. All right, let's see. This thing is still loading, but I have a good time reading the Endless Quest books with you guys. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you participating in the chat. Tiger got a phone call, so she woke up just in time to not be in and see and hear the end. We actually did get a really good ending to Roberts and Robots. So if you want later on, go back and watch the replay, and you'll see it was a fun book. And we only made one bad choice. And then we went back and chose again, and it led to a good ending. So, but yeah, we've got our Mulligan bookmark. So I'll tell you what, guys. Since King's Quest won't be on the poll next week, I'll keep the same 3 that were on there, and I'll add something new, and we'll see what's going on. In the middle, Squirt, haha. Yep, you're the middle Squirt. Yep. Really have a friend that is allergic to metal, broke her elbow, and they had to redo it with non-metal stuff. Yes. I know that I've got to inform my surgeon when we prepare to do surgery on my knees that I can't have metal. So we'll see how that goes over. Titanium, he said, shouldn't bother me, but we shall see. He had a phone call, and then she woke up. She was allergic to the world. Oh, no. Yeah, pretty much. All right. Okay, so like I said, this ended up being like a really heavy metal type techno type of song. So let me play it for you. And it just titled it Robbers and Robots, and I'm like, well, that's what I wanted to title the instrumental. But I was like, this is cool, so I'm just gonna keep it and make a music video of it. And here it is for you guys.
Metal fist pound through the steel facade. Shadows creeping, ain't no promenade. Wheels on fire, leaving no regrets. Chased by danger, they won't forget. Robbers and robots, steal in the night. Thrusters igniting a blaze of light. Codes crack, the vaults give way. Secrets stolen, they won't obey. power. Let the games begin.
I thought that was pretty cool. And I'm like, man, I did this by accident, but I'll take it. I will take it. All right, everybody. I'm going to be heading out here soon, but I wanted to let you guys know what was going on this next week for Fridays from the Hilt. Like I said, we already talked about that Thundercats. Thanks. And we already did the poll. King's Quest, the book I wanted. The Tiger's asking me questions. She didn't answer. Ask in chat. It also has to have the Constitution in it. There you go. No one was written in the original Mexican. No, you're right. Written on sheepskin and was supposed to be and have her grandmother send it to show me. Apparently, it's the original version. Well, Victor, all right. I appreciate you being here, bud, and I hope you're here tomorrow. At 9 o'clock for you. Because, like I said, we have a channel announcement that we'll be making tomorrow. You see, Saturday I got a radio from the Hilt, flash radio. So we'll be doing a little bit of music on Saturday. I might hang out for quite a bit before I do my family night on Saturday. Everybody saying good night. Let me see. I'm gonna look at my calendar here. We got Isle of the Dragon Head on Sunday. So Jess and Ray, hope you're ready for that. They're in that game with me, Tiger, Sasha, Katie Robbins, and Jake Pendrag is a ref. I got Joe Takes is moving to Wednesday. Starting next Wednesday. Road Pig from the Hilt on Wednesday. Radio from the Hilt. We're doing the full album for Fridays from the Hilt players, as well as a bunch of other stuff, and we're changing the format up a little bit on that too. Community clips will be request only. So Jess, send me some community clips early. Whoever sends me something gets played. Tiger apparently in Hebrew. Yeah. Well, it's be worth a look. Then we're back here on Friday, and next week we're doing the poll winner, Date A Live, which I've never seen. It looks pretty cool, actually. I made a tribute video. Looks kind of fun. The last one's coming up on Fridays from the Hilt. I'm from the Hilt all this week. So hope you guys hang out with us and have a good time, because that's what we love to do around here, is just have a good time. Let's see. Indiana trash. Read Hebrew. No, come on, man. I don't know, buddy. Maybe she had a translator. Who knows, Ray? Who knows? Hey, Purry, you showed up just for the end, buddy. Fridays from the Hilt is back in fun once again. Yeah, well, I don't think it ever stopped back in fun, but like I said, we'll have that channel announcement tomorrow, and so I'll let you guys know what's going on there. Everybody saying laters and good night. Better late than never. That's right, sir. Welcome, and good night. But I will say hi to you in the chat there real quick. But yeah, I'm going to head out tonight, guys. We've been here a little over an hour and a half, so good enough. This was Robbers and Robots. So if you missed the beginning, go back and watch the replay. We had a good time reading this book. It was short, but it was good. Had fun. A lot of good art in this book. I mean, I'll show you guys the middle page that we got to see one last time. We actually got to this ending, the big ending. So it was fun. We got there pretty quick too. So Robbers and Robots, we had a lot of fun. Yeah, it is. Kidnap fellow gamers. That's right, buddy. So yeah, tomorrow we'll be seeing you. We'll have a good time on Fridays from the Hilt. And night.
And on that note, Logan out, and of course I'll play some silly clips because that's how I roll.
Unsubstantiated fantasy! Lies! Lies! Lies!
I have no memory of this place.
Next time, baby.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.